guys, Work here, welcome back to the bench. So today, making another appearance is my CZ01. Now as you guys may have seen, I no longer carry the P01. Now I'm carrying a Glock 19, but that doesn't mean the P01 doesn't hold a special place in my heart. It is a gorgeous gun, but today we're just going to do a little modification that I feel like it needs. So the CZ75 series has the traditional lug-locked barrel style, which usually gives them this rounded barrel hood. And something that I really like about guns with rounded barrel hoods is when they're polished, or at least silver. CZ's cold hammer forged barrels have a coating on them that's a dark coating. So what we're going to do today is we're going to see if we can cut this coating down a little bit, shine up the barrel hood and the end a little bit, and see if we can get this thing looking just a little bit nicer. First thing we're going to do is break it down. Let's get the frame out of the way, grab the barrel, put the slide out of the way. Okay, so here we have the barrel. It's not super clean, it's got some oil on it, but that's alright because I'm going to be sanding it a little bit. The two areas that I'm going to focus on sanding are the barrel hood right here, and then the tip of the barrel here. I'm not going to do anything in between, for a couple of different reasons. One, I don't want to mess up the fit at all, so I don't want to mess with the lug, and two, I just don't care. Now, the majority of the things that I've watched to show you how to do this recommend that you soak it in vinegar beforehand to help soften up the exterior hard coating that you see here. Now, me being me, I didn't prep for this at all, so I didn't soak it at all. We're going to see how far we can get without doing that. If I can't get very far, I'll simply soak it, and we'll try it again later. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some 2000 grit sandpaper and see what that does to this surface. Our final step is going to end up being polish, so whatever scratches this may end up leaving in it, I'm not too concerned about. It is pulling the coating off a little bit, which is good. So let's keep going and see what we can do. Perfect. I think we are going to be able to get all that I want to do to this without having to soak it. Now, I'm not looking for a mirror finish on this thing, but I love the look of these round hooded guns with a silver barrel in there. And now that I'm doing this, I realize I should have taken a before picture. That's alright, you guys saw it, right? We'll have to leave the before and after Instagram fame to someone else. This is essentially working exactly how I wanted it to. So that's good. We're just going to keep cleaning up with this 2000 grit just a little bit more. And then we'll switch over to the polish and see how that ends up working. Let's get back to the hood with this one, and then we'll kind of finish up with the muzzle there. Okay. I think that's about as far as I'm going to take it with the sandpaper. I may be able to get a little bit more on the barrel. Let's go ahead and toss some polish on here and see what that pulls out. I'm just going to grab a piece of paper towel. I keep this blue shop towel around down here because I love blue shop towels. I use them for everything. I don't even buy normal paper towels anymore. I'm just going to kind of rub like crazy on this thing. Now, I could use a Dremel on here, but that's a little bit loud. And everybody's asleep right now, so I don't really feel like dealing with that. You can see how much it's getting off of there. And I will, of course, clean this up and oil everything back up later on before I put the finished product back together. But I'm really liking the way this is coming out so far. Alright. Let's do the end and see what our finished product's going to end up looking like. And that is about as far as I'm going to go. Let's get this thing cleaned up, put back in the gun. Oh, actually, there is one more thing that I'm going to do while I've got it apart like this. Okay, so this next thing that I'm going to end up doing, I actually stole from, oh man, I think it was the Brown L Facebook page maybe, or might have been the Midway, I don't know. But they recommended this, and I thought to myself, man, that is actually a really good idea, and I don't know why we haven't been doing this all along. So this is automotive wax. So the idea here is the same thing as automotive wax on a car. What we're going to do is we're going to cover the surfaces up with the wax, and then I'll clear that off. What that's going to do is that's going to keep our surfaces protected. Now the reason that's important is because I just sanded off some of the protective coating of my barrel, and I obviously don't want it to rust. So putting the wax on there is kind of going to substitute as our coating. It's not going to be quite as durable, and I'm going to have to do it every time I clean the gun. But it should, in theory, keep anything from happening to the barrel that I can't correct. It's cleaned off. Let's go ahead and get it off of the end here. You can see the end of this thing looks gorgeous. And let's go ahead and clean it off the hood, which also looks fantastic. As I said, I wasn't going for a mirror finish here. I just love the way that the silver hood looks in a black gun. So with that, I think that is pretty much it. Let's lube this bad boy up, get him back together, and see how he looks. Still locks in tight as ever. Alright. Now I am not going to look at this thing. We're going to see this together for the first time. You ready? 1, 2, 3. As it should have been, with the nice polished front even. Now, I like the way that looks. As I said, sometimes there are just a couple of little things about a gun that you just would like to do a little bit better. My first foray into it worked out pretty well. Now I think I'm going to end up doing my SP01 barrel, because I love the way this thing looks so much. I probably won't film that one, so I'll just end on this. Guys, remember, if there are little things that you want to do to your guns, just to modify them, to customize them, to make them a little bit more yours, go ahead and try. With little things like this, the odds of you being able to screw something up are slim to none. As long as you don't mess with the barrel crown a whole lot, you're going to end up being okay. There's not a whole lot back here that you can mess up. And I tell you, for the little bit of work that this thing took, I've been working on it for less than 20 minutes now, and this thing looks awesome. I love what it did to the look, and now I love this gun even more. That's it for this time, guys. Remember, if you liked the video or found it useful, go ahead and like and subscribe down below. And until next time, do your research, get informed, and get to work.